Wondering what the cashless revolution is all about? Well, I'll walk you through the highlights of the great Indian cashless revolution. This is me, Anusree R, and you're tuned into the Indian version. From tender coconut stalls in the Indian streets to large shopping malls, the QR codes for payment have established their space in every Indian shop. Amazing, right? So prior to 2016, India's digital transactions were primarily through the IMPS, NEFT and RTG gateways. Eventually, a faster economic growth prompted the National Payments Corporation of India to innovate an instant real-time payment to manage the bulk of digital transactions happening within the country. And that's how the UPI was born. The Unified Payment Interface is an instant payment system built over the IMPS infrastructure and allows you to instantly transfer money between any two parties' bank accounts. This transaction can be between P2P, that is person to person, or P2M, that is person to merchant, and they account to small ticket transactions with a cap of 1 lakh. UPI in India has been built on a partnership model with the tech-driven new age third-party players like PhonePe, Google Pay and the existing banking networks in the country. The government has brought in its own mobile app named Bheem UPI to facilitate digital transactions within seconds. All you need to have is a UPI ID created on the mobile app and there you go. The government of India has decided not to levy charges on personal bank-to-bank transactions via UPI to promote the penetration of digital transactions across the country. Recently, UPI has come up with an array of additional features as an outcome of the sandboxing experiments in fintech by NCPI and RBI. The new avatar of UPI, UPI Lite, allows for offline transactions using near-field communication technology. So, what's unique about the UPI ecosystem in India? The NPCI owns and operates the Unified Payment Interface platform. Fintechs have been at the forefront of innovation in the UPI ecosystem. Third-party apps like PhonePe, Google Pay and Paytm tops the list. The partnering banks of UPI include SBI, Axis Bank, HDFC, Yes Bank and so on. The merchants have to partner with the acquirer bank. A merchant code category is used to classify the businesses by the type of goods or services it provides. You may guess the high transacting categories via UPI in the Indian economy, which are none other than groceries, restaurants and telecommunication services. MDR, or the merchant discount rate that the merchants pay to the payment service providers of UPI, is the source of income for these fintechs. And that's how the journey has been. The UPI experiment in India has been a massive success. It has gone popular beyond the country. Countries like Sri Lanka, UAE, France, Singapore and Mauritius now accept payments via UPI. The impact of UPI on Indian economy is commendable. The reduced reliance on fiscal cash has eliminated the injection of counterfeit notes into the economy. This is highly appreciable as a well-thought-out action agenda by the Monetary Authority of India. RBI claims that nearly 80% transactions in India takes place digitally. Every UPI transaction leaves a digital trail, making it easier for the authorities to track and monitor financial activities. As per the PIB release, India holds 46% of the digital transactions in the world, and this is just wow and highly commendable. What does the statistics say? As per the NPCI and RBI, transactions via UPI marked 118 billion in 2023, up from 74 billion in the previous year. The total value of UPI transactions in 2023 stood at Rs 182 lakh crore. SBI holds the largest share of transactions via UPI in the country. However, along with possibilities, challenges loom large in India's payment industry. Technical declines and business declines affect the robustness of the payment operations. Business decline occurs due to customer behavior like sufficiency of balance in the account and entering incorrect PIN. Technical decline is caused by issues with the bank or system such as connectivity issues. The reliability of the UPI processing by third-party apps depend upon the uptime and downtime of the participating bank. The India Post Payment Bank records 17 incident counts of downtime in 2023 as per NPCI, followed by Bank of Maharashtra and Union Bank of India. Now, the economics behind the problem is that the government decided to waive off the merchant discount rate on UPI and RuPay cards in 2020 in order to encourage small merchants to become members of NPCI's digital ecosystem. Increased compliance cost and rising infrastructure cost for processing a huge number of UPI transactions with zero revenue on one hand is putting the fintech industry in great distress, hindering innovation and investment in the payment industry. Despite imposition of interchange fee of 0.5% levied for categories such as fuel, education, agriculture and utility payments, digital payment startups face increasing processing charges, impacting their profitability. Once you climb the economies of scale, your technology factor backs higher volumes of transactions, hence your fixed costs stagnate. However, in this scenario, the variable expense incurred in the form of charges to be paid to the card networks and others grow proportionately. Majority of the UPI transactions are small ticket payments and are not of any value to banks, and these transactions are not making them any money. General elections are around the corner and the industry is worried about the delayed disbursal of funds. Without the subsidy payments, the fintechs will not be able to sustain themselves in the fast-growing digital payment ecosystem. We can't really say that the UPI ecosystem in India is conducive to innovations in fintech, especially in the backdrop of the Paytm saga. Recently, the RBI has been coming down heavily on the fintech sector. Now, what is to be done to ensure a sustainable digital payment system in India is left to the decision makers. The much anticipated UPI 2.0 is believed to have additional security specs, and the NPCI has recently announced the launch of UPI for secondary market from January. With all that being done, penetration of UPI beyond Tier 1, 2 and 3 cities lack priority. The campaign on Har Payment Digital cannot be fulfilled without sufficient stakeholder participation. Data privacy, smooth transactions, monitoring the interoperability, and the question on survivability of fintechs determine the sustainability of India's digital payment infrastructure. Keep in touch for more interesting stories. You're listening to the Indian version.